On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. It's Herbert. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
41 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert off of play action. Ebron caught left side.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Eric Ebron there to make the grab.
And the Chargers will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off of play action, it's Watson. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for L.A. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. 48 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Henry. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it off it, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Ross Blacklock on the tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Rolling to his right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Henry again.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Back to throw here, Herbert. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 4th down, Herbert. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Derrick Henry there to make the grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Watson off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watson, he's going to do it himself.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15.
72 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now it's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert, they'll buy some time right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. play fake, and it's Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for L.A.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw on target to James.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Guyton there to make the grab.
And the Chargers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. After the sack here, second and 11.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. That's to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here.
Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Faking the give. Now Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Thomas brings it in. And he's brought down.
Well, look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for him. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. Breaks through the contact. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. Dancing to his left. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. To throw again on second down. Watson. And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Sliding out of the pocket. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
A first down carry for Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Here's Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
To throw on 3rd and 1. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And the Texans first down. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Texans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. 4th down, off goes Watson. On comes Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Rolling to his right. Short little throw to Ebron. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or 2 at most.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
Now it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again is Watson. And the Chargers rush. He's going to get there. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on 1st down. Watson. Looking long for Thomas. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And Charles on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.